On the rocky shores of Washington State lives a storied collection of invertebrates, an orgasmic explosion of biotic design. On the rocks, life of every color and kind, like Mytilus, the mussel, old Balanus aside, or chitons and limpets that eat where they hide. A plethora of producers, algae, red, brown, and green, near nudies that munch sponges while anemones sting, attached in every conceivable way by glues, threads, and phalli in a fight to hold space. And atop of this banquet, the predators rise, dashing about between Pacific tides. Hungry dog whelps roaming the seashore in packs, drilling for delectable sessile snacks, while the sea star, Pisaster, oozes digestive slime, dissolving dozens of barnacles all at one time, or stalking another of its favorite treats, a bite. No, a banquet of Mytilus meat. Such was the scene when from the plains of UMich, Payne arrived and observed a true naturalist niche. And straightway he wondered, like any good ecologist might, what keeps the diversity so high at this site? If a place to attach is all that's required, what keeps these species together, all of them mired in a constant struggle to take over the space? What keeps the best one from winning first place? And the more that he watched and the more that he wondered, the more that he thought about sea stars that blundered around, blindly consuming all in their wake, he mused, was it they who were clearing out space so that no species could manage to exclude the others? So he went back to his lab and mustered his druthers and decided to do an experiment to suss out just what the predation meant, because what others had said now seemed not to be true, that predators could cause the prey types to be few. Gathered his transects and his quadrat frame, and he marked off 2 patches in Muckaw Bay. In one, he pried up every last stubborn Pisaster, employing a crowbar to dislodge those rock-hugging masters. This prince of the predators now tossed out to sea. Thus Payne left this first patch top predator free. The other patch he left unmolested, so the tube-footed menace was here uncontested. Then, for 3 years, he counted every spat, shell, and settler, every new recruit, every passing meddler. And between the 2 patches a pattern emerged. Without sea stars, soon there was a barnacle scourge. But months after, all the bare space became naught, and mussels began settling every crack in the rock. More mussels settled and grew every day. Soon the limpets picked up their shells and skirted away, and the barnacles all got smothered and died. The algae that settled washed away with the tide, and over time richness dropped from 15 to 8, and the patch soon succumbed to its mussely fate. But the other patch chugged along in its unaltered habit, a mosaic of colonies of this kind or that. It kept constantly shifting as the Pisasters hunted and picked off whichever of them got too abundant. And Payne persevered on into the 70s to see if this pattern would ever be remedied. But even after a decade, the story remained. The simple loss of the sea star made diversity wane. And so, 2 ideas were made very clear, both important enough to last 45 years. 1. When predator preference has density dependence, predators can mediate prey coexistence. And 2. Some species, though in number be few, just by doing whatever they do, can change the fate of many other species who may or may not be directly connected, but by cascading links are significantly affected, such that this singular species, all on its own, forms a sort of biological keystone, keeping the arch of the community as we know it in place, enabling a diversity of critters to share the same space.